Hi, my name is Heather and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you two different ways to create a magic ring. And a magic ring is a technique that you're going to use a lot in your amigurumi projects. The first way is the way that I do it. And what we do is we have our tail end of yarn here and this end is our working yarn. And we just hold it in our hand and we let it fall over our hand like this with the tail end here. We're going to use these two fingers and we're going to wrap the yarn round once and twice like that. And then we're holding this tail end in our fingers so that it doesn't go anywhere. We get our hook and we just go under these two pieces of yarn to grab this one here. And what we're basically going to do is pull this piece of yarn underneath these two. So we go underneath, we grab it, we pull it underneath like that, and then all we're going to do is go over the top of those two pieces of yarn to grab the yarn again. So we're going over the top with the hook underneath that piece of yarn so that we can grab it, and we're going to pull it through this loop on the hook like that. That's you got your slip knot. And I'm going to show you how to do a magic ring of 6 SC in this tutorial. So for 6 SC, we start counting now, we're not counting our slip knot. We go back underneath again. We're going underneath this piece of yarn because we're going to grab it with our hook. We're pulling it underneath like that. Then we're just going back over the top of the yarn to grab this again. And we're going to pull it through both these loops on the hook. Like that. I usually hold my hand like this just because I find it easier to work with the yarn this way. So that's us got our first SC in the magic ring, and you can see that there by the V shape. Second SC, we're going underneath the yarn, we're grabbing this piece of yarn, pulling it underneath. You can see we've now got two loops on the hook. We're going over the top of the yarn this time. We're grabbing this yarn and we're pulling it through both those loops. Like that. Now we've got the two SC. So underneath, grab the yarn, pull it through, over the top, grab the yarn, pull it through both those loops. Underneath, grab the yarn, pull it under, go over the top of those two pieces of yarn, grabbing the yarn through both those loops. You'll see I'm turning my hand like that because I find it easier for pulling the hook through the loops. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do 2 more. And now we have the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What you do now is you'll have 2 loops like this. When you pull on one of them, you'll find that it tightens this into the ring, and you put your thumb and your finger at the bottom down where your slip stitch is to hold that in place. Hold it quite firmly, and then when you pull on the loop, you'll find this loop disappears, it tightens, and if you keep pulling, you'll find it goes into a ring. All you do now is pull this tail end to get rid of this loop here. We don't want it. Give it a little pull and you have your magic ring ready to go for your next round. And I'll just show you how that looks once you put some SCs into it. So I'm going to just do an SC in each of these stitches just to show you how it will look. So a wee tip for finding your starting stitch, that's it there. But if you're finding you're getting confused between it and your slip knot, this is a wee tip just to help you. We know we've got 6 SCs in this magic ring, so we're going to count them, and we're counting the V's. So we never count this loop that's on the hook, we start here. And there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5, there's 6. There's our starting stitch of the round. I'll put some SCs in so that you can see how this will look. 2, 3, and I do have another video that does the SCs slower than this. For this tutorial, just want to let you see how the magic ring looks once you've worked your SCs around it. So that's how your magic ring will look. The other method, and this is an easier way to do it, is to create your slip knot. Chain 2, 1, 2, and then if you were doing 6 SCs in your first round, you would work into this second chain from the hook. So there's your first chain. Again, we're not counting this one that's on the hook. There's your second chain from the hook. And what you can do is work 6 SC into this. If you're doing a pattern, it says 6 SCs in a magic ring. So there's 1, 2, each time working into that second chain from the hook. There's 3, there's 4, there's 5, and there's 6. So I've worked 6 SC into that second chain from the hook, and then I'm just pulling the tail end to make that hole a little bit smaller. So that's 2 ways to do the magic ring. You can see that when we do it this way, you do get a slightly bigger hole in the middle, but a lot of people do struggle with the magic ring, and I just wanted to give you a different way of doing it. There we go.